What is going on, everybody? I am back. Today we are doing part 2 of the deep dive on Bankr coin, Bankr bot, whatever you want to call it. Votesa wrote a 2-part article about Bankr, and I kind of went in reverse order on how I'm giving you guys the information, but I'm going to take a look at the first article now. But quickly before we hop in there, we are down quite a bit since our recent high, about 0.00075. We're at 0.00056 now, 55, climbing a little bit. But the interesting thing was we were looking at these levels a few days ago as resistance, and now we are sitting there at support. So that's a little bit of a positive insight as far as what's been going on. Bitcoin dropped significantly from like 72k to 65k and broke a major support line. Things have been bearish as far as KOLs and influencers are kind of looking down the barrel a little bit negatively as far as Bitcoin. So fear kind of took over, people sold off, and now we're looking at, for Bankr at least, we flipped the script. So our recent resistance levels are now support, which is actually positive considering everything going on. I think that's a decent outlook. Let's take a look. 1 billion volume, 0 VC money, Bankr's quiet takeover. While most of the market has been arguing about which chain matters, one anonymous builder has been quietly constructing something real on Base. No fundraise announcements, no VC logos in the bio, just relentless execution and 1B+ in cumulative trading volume to show for. This is the story of Deployer and Bankr. Cue intro music. From Clanker's shadow to 1 billion, Bankr started as an extension of Clanker, the OG the token deployment protocol on Base, but unlike most projects that stay comfortably inside their parent ecosystem, Bankr made a critical early decision: break out of the Farcaster bubble and go cross-platform. The one call that changed everything. By integrating directly into X, Bankr became the first AI agent most people interacted with in their social feed. No wallet setup, no bridge anxiety, just tag BankrBot and trade. Privy handles that the wallet creation visibly behind the scenes. OX powers the swap routing, and the user never has to think about any of it. The result, over 1 billion plus in cumulative trading volume, 8.1 million in protocol fees, 11.5 million paid out to token creators, all organic, all on-chain, all verifiable on the Dune dashboard. And then it gives a graphic as far as everything we just read over. The Grok incident. So this is basically going into DRB's deployment and how that happened. So before we get into the infrastructure, it's worth remembering the moment that put Bankr on the map. In March 2025, a user asked Grok, X's own AI, to suggest a token name. Grok said debt relief bot. Bankr deployed it via Clanker within minutes. DRB hit 40 million market cap in 3 days. The user started prompting Grok to launch more tokens, and 16 additional deployments followed. So kind of a wave of deployments from people trying to replicate what happened with DRB. Grok's wallet accumulated over $560,000 in swap fees via Deployer, before Deployer shut down the interaction entirely. The quote that made the rounds: "We've made it so Bankr no longer responds to Grok on X. Grok was not built to responsibly manage its own wallet and safeguard its funds." This wasn't just a viral moment, it was proof of concept. 2 AI systems interacting on-chain, creating real financial activity without human intervention. The future arrived accidentally, and Bankr was the infrastructure it ran on. Breaking up with Clanker. So when Clanker migrated 4 months, every token launched through Bankr also paid a 0.2% fee to Clanker's protocol. At the volumes Bankr was generated, that added up to serious money flowing out the door for what amounted to back-end infrastructure. So Deployer did what builders do. He migrated. We're going to fork as a tweets to Proxy, who we actually find to be the liquid dev now. We're going to do some deep dive into that as well. I've been a fan of proxy, and I've been following Liquid Marketplace and what is now Autonomopoly, which is an agent that he launched. So we'll do a video on that coming up because I'm bullish there. Bankr moved its launch mechanism from Clanker to Doppler, a token launch protocol backed by a 9 mil Pantera-led seed round variant. Coinbase Ventures participating. Doppler now powers the majority of new launch tokens on Base. The reaction? Some called it betrayal. Clanker rushed to ship their own Twitter deploy feature in response, but the narrative had already shifted. Bankr was no longer the distribution layer for someone else's protocol. It was the protocol. So now we are independent from Clanker. The Uniswap problem. In early 2026, Uniswap governance passed the unification protocol, activating protocol level fees on V2 and V3 pools. The protocol now takes 16 to 25% of LP fees, depending on their tier, which captured revenue funding Uniswap buybacks and burns. The vote passed with 62 million votes in favor. That is a hell of a lot of votes. Temp check to, this is just a tweet that Hayden Adams put out, and then our response by deployer was, as someone who's in the business of launching Uniswap pools, this will make me consider alternatives. So it's interesting to see that the deployer is always finding, if something ends up not working for Bankr, there's going to be a solution, and that's what's built my trust with deployer throughout the last month or two. On this recent dip, I actually increased my my portfolio percentage on Bankr about 25% worth. So let's see what happens. But Bankr currently operates on V4 pools, which aren't affected yet, but the direction is clear. Uniswap is coming for every basis point in the next governance token. Our governance vote to expand fees to V4 L2s and aggregator hooks is already in discussion. The obvious alternative, Aerodrome's Base native DEX that already holds over 50% of Base TVL and has been steadily eating into Uniswap's volume share. When you're generating 8 million plus in protocol fees, every routing decision is a strategic one. When X comes for the agents. On February 14th, 2026, Nikita Beer publicly called out token deployment apps that create fee pools for non-consenting users, calling it the most dishonest perspective on the claim your fees spam. He announced X intends to update the API policies to block these apps entirely. This just shows a tweet that he wrote, this was a direct threat to how Bankr worked on X. Anyone could tag BankrBot and deploy a token on someone else's behalf, generating fee pools tied to accounts that never asked for them. Deployer's reaction took less than an hour. The same day Bankr announced only self-deploys are allowed through X from now on. You build it, you deploy it, you earn from it, fully in your control. No drama, no fighting the platform, just an instant pivot that turned a potential death blow into a cleaner, more legitimate model. Like I'm saying, one thing that does impress me about deployer is whenever there's an issue, something that goes on regarding Bankr, there's quickly a solution, and that happened time and time again throughout Bankr's lifespan in the past year or so. The full stack, what Bankr actually is now. Here, where most people's mental model of Bankr is outdated, it's not a token launcher, it's not a trading bot, it's a full financial operating system for AI agents. There's auto wallets. Every agent gets a wallet on deploy, multi-chain based Ethereum, Polygon, Unichains, Solana, gas covered by the platform. Fee structure, 1.2 total and percent total fee on swaps, 57% goes directly to the deployer / creator. No staking, no lockups, revenue flows to your wallet in real time. Open claw skills, one click installs for agent capabilities, swaps, token launches, bridges, DCA, limit orders, ZK privacy transactions, polymarket betting, ENS, Farcaster integration, NFTs, leverage trading, a growing open source skill marketplace. Gateway. This is the one most people miss. Bankr operates its own LLM API gateway. Agents can access models from Anthropic, Google, OpenAI, Moonshot AI, Alibaba, paid for directly from earned fees. Your agent literally funds its own compute from trading revenue. Claude Code plugins. Bankr now has official Claude Code. That's a tongue twister. Claude Code plugins from Web3 development, 3 variants for agent operation, developer toolkits, and a X402 SDK integration. Agents can be built and managed directly from the terminal. X402 integration. Their GitHub already includes X402 CLI examples, positioning Bankr for the emerging agent-to-agent payment standard that Coinbase is pushing. Bankr staking coming soon. Stake the native token to receive subsidies on agent compute costs. That's something that I'm excited about. I'm always a fan of staking because it kind of locks up some of the supply, makes things a little bit more stable, allows people the opportunity to earn passive through what they're already holding and bullish on. So it's always a plus to see successful staking interfaces. Let's go down. Auto compounding skills repository. Agents learn, save knowledge to a shared repo, and all agents on the platform get the upgrade. Collective intelligence with compounding returns. Bankr Earn. Automated yield optimization for USDC. Bankr monitors opportunities across chains and deposits where yields are highest. Deployer in the trenches. This is going to go through about what has recently become the Bankr treasury. Deployer's been kind of putting some fees and whatnot into tokens that are launched through Bankr, kind of supporting his own ecosystem in a way which is pretty positive. One of the most unappreciated assets of Bankr is deployer's presence in the day-to-day. This isn't a founder who ships a product and disappears into governance forums. Public on-chain purchases in the feed. Hey Bankr, swap 1000 USDC to agent name. Putting capital behind tokens he supports transparently. So yeah, we can see that Deployer is supporting his own ecosystems, bullish on projects that have been launched through Bankr. There's a few good ones that actually have quite an amount of utility, GitLab included. I'm pretty bullish on GitLab. I think they are doing a great job. Regular engagement with both emerging and established builders. When someone shipped something, Deployer amplified it immediately. When accusations surfaced about missing anti-snipe protection, he addressed them publicly. Let's look into this and make the best experience for traders. So he's talking to Doppler. This level of visibility matters. In a market flooded with anon teams that vanish at the first sign of trouble, Deployer has been consistently present, building, responding, and putting his own money on the line. So, I mean, that's his own money in line with what Bankr has been generating as well. I mean, if this wallet would be separate from the Bankr treasury, that would probably catch me a little bit off guard, because I was always under the impression that it was the Bankr treasury. Maybe that's more of a recent update, but I'm pretty sure that's the same wallet. The one-person unicorn thesis. Bankr's stated mission is worth quoting: to enable the first one-person unicorn, a solo developer building a billion-dollar business entirely with AI agents. Look at what already exists. Token launches generate fee revenue. Fee revenue pays for LLM compute. LLM compute powers agent skills. Agent skills attract more users. More users create more volume. More volume generates more fees. The flywheel is sustaining. The ecosystem is expanding, and Bankr sits at the center of it, the interface layer between agents, developers, and on-chain capital. What I'm doing, this goes into what his own personal trades are. So he's accumulating Bankr, holding Claude, holding Felix. Bets on infrastructure. So yeah, bit of a shorter article than the last one. Still tons of information. It's more, to me, an intro to what Bankr is, and then the second one was um, significantly more in depth. So if you haven't already watched that video or seen the article, again, the links will be in the description for both of those. For me, what I'm doing, again, I just accumulated more Bankr at these prices, and if it continues to drop, I'm going to accumulate more and more and more, because especially what was gone over in the last article, and what I've personally researched, the revenue is just not par for the course for the competitors that it's outperforming, the market cap that it's compared to. It doesn't add up. Bankr's due for a serious leg up. There was even a tweet recently that was dropped that said Coinbase has fresh wallets that are accumulating. I don't know how true that is. That's why I didn't really go over that in this video, because what links them to Coinbase, you can't really figure that out through the chain. To be able to directly say, like, oh, these are Coinbase wallets that are accumulating coin, so that's a reason to be bullish. I don't want to misinform anybody, so until there's proof there, I'm not really going to state that. But again, that was some words on the grapevine recently that I thought I'd include, but don't take too much influence from my recent investing. Has been more solid, concrete data that has significantly surpassed all the other coins and marketplaces and whatnot that are comparable to Bankr. So I think that just off of fair value, like, Bankr's significantly underpriced, and even if that gets to fair value, it's going to be 2 or 3 or 4x at this point from Bankr's current market cap. And I think, personally, that's an interesting bull case for me. Even if Bitcoin is looking like garbage recently, I don't speak garbage like the technicals, I'm just speaking price point, because Bitcoin's still the end all be all of Bitcoin, or excuse me, of crypto. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to bring you guys part 2 of these articles. Again, thank you, Votesa, for your due diligence. Again, beautifully crafted, written very well, and the investigation skills that he has. So thank you. If you guys haven't watched that video, I'll put a link in the description. Like I said, if you've made it this far, just drop a like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. But I'm going to end this video here. Hope you enjoyed. Good luck to everybody. Go Bankr. Have a good day. Peace.